All right, we're on part three of the critiques, and we'll continue with Bandit. Bandit, I can hear TVs in other rooms and possibly a dryer of some kind making noise. You have a very bright utility light of some kind in the foreground. I can hear kids in the background. You didn't show your audience. You have the wrong shot composition. We've talked about that. The shot is not close enough to you so I can see your eyes. There is no outline or speaker notes provided with your speech. And I cannot judge the appropriateness of your audience because I'm only seeing the backs of their heads. You made a comment on Viagra and watermelons. That's a little edgy on taste for a general audience speech. And it might flow well if you were in a classroom and you had done several speeches already, but you don't want to pop off something like that on one of your first speeches in class. Your speech length was getting close to the amount of time that would have put you over. I'm not exactly sure on some of the points that you tried to make. Organizationally, and your outline just didn't make it at all, so you have some things to work on. T-A-Y-A. There was no valid speech address provided to me that I could go to and see your speech. It's got to be a URL address, and the only reason I know that you turned in a speech was because I got some paperwork. But your address that you gave is not an address that I can see a speech. And in fact, a number that you provided was to somebody else's speech, somebody playing a piano. And you need to figure out how to upload and how to get an address. Your outline for your speech was not what it should be. So you need to go back and hit the books and figure out some of those things and fix them. Love. Good appearance. Be careful about swaying left and right when you're speaking. It is very hard to hear you and understand what you're saying. You're competing very heavily with the TV in the background. You jumped at the camera at the end. You lunged at it almost. While you were still talking. Don't do that. I've talked time and time again about that. Pause. 1001, 1002, 1003. Take a look at some of the newscasts. Watch what happens when a newscaster calls for some kind of a video insert and it doesn't roll right away. You'll see them look at the camera. That's what you need to practice doing. It looks like the camera was stopped after your audience was introduced. It started before the camera stopped. You started before your camera stopped moving. I couldn't see or hear you at first. Your speech was way too short. There was exceeding camera movement. Just way too much going on. But one of the things I did hear is happy birthday to you on the day before Valentine's Day. February 13th. So see, I do pay attention to the speeches when you turn them in. Work on all of these things and fix them up. Lucky. Good voice. Don't lean on your podium. In this case, it was a countertop. A lot of you this time of year have what I call sniffles. And when you're doing a speech, you have a tendency to do when you're speaking. Well, boy, is that annoying. And I know it's the time of year and things like that, but be aware of when you do those kinds of things, what it's like. You're reading and not talking. Talk to me, don't read to me. You have the wrong shot composition, no light on your face. I can't tell about eye contact, and I can only see 3 people in your audience. Your speech was way too short, so that is something you need to work on. Zenton. Well, a whole lot of things. No visible fourth person. The camera was moving when the speech started. The shot was into a bright open door. Your outline was not credible, your speech was not credible, and it only ran 1 minute and 22 seconds. Not acceptable. Back to the drawing board. Tiny. Good facial expression. Low light. You need to get more light on your face. Hold your note cards still. You're moving them around, bouncing them a lot, and be careful you don't have a tendency to gesture with your note cards. Keep the camera still. Don't pan or zoom. Let's not get creative on the shots. Pick the shot. Wait till the shot is set, the one I've described, and then start your speech. Wait to start. Again, I only see 3 people in the audience. I can hear the baby better than I can hear you at times. That is something you want to really, really watch out for. It can be very, very distracting and dangerous. All right. This speech does not count for a lot in the overall picture of things. Those are the comments that I have. All of you need to listen to all of the comments because they could apply as well to you as to the person who I named. You need to make sure you don't make the same kinds of mistakes I've talked about in those speeches. Points-wise, 45 to 50 is an A, 40 to 44 is a B, 35 to 39 is a C, 30 to 34 is a D, and below 29 and below is an F. Those of you who basically don't get too hung up on this first speech, even if you got an F, because you can pull all this out by making sure you take care of the things that need to be taken care of. Please listen to the things I've talked to you about because these are all eminently fixable things. Okay? There is no slack on the audience. I must see 4 people in your audience. They have to walk in front of the camera. Do not sit down. Work on flow. Watch the vocalized pauses, the ahs and the avs and the ums and stuff like that. Have something there so you're not doing like this all of the time. Watch your hair don't do the flip to get your hair out of the way. Watch your shot composition. Just go over the things I've said, and you can do very, very well. Follow directions. That's the key. Okay? Keep up the good work. Those of you who are doing well, work on it. Listen to my comments. And then if you have any questions, call me in the office. We'll talk to you next time.